there, Albie. Hope you're having a great day today. Here's your video lesson. So here are 3 things I want to talk about. I'll talk about those 3 things. And as usual, if you have questions or milk anything, have your mom and dad shoot me over a message. I'll be more than happy to answer. So let's get to it. So first thing is, see your HAL book. It's been a couple of weeks since we checked it, just because we've been focusing on our recital tune. But no, that's over, and everything good, by the way. Nice playing, by the way. Very good job singing with recording. So very good. Rest up the difficulty level, I think, for you. So with the HAL book, just back to the program. I'm thinking note quiz next week. Make sure we're naming all the notes. We get all the names correct. And then next song in the book. I believe we're around like 26, 25. But go ahead and do the next one in the book. I don't think it's going to be that big of a jump for you, so I'll hear that next time. So number 2 is actually the next step in country music. There's something called Carter style. It goes back to June Carter, Johnny Cash, that sort of stuff, kind of like the early country music. And it's a style of strumming, percussive style of strumming that a lot of modern players are using, like Sturgill Simpson and Colter Wall and players like that, and Zach Bryan. It sounds a lot like this. Right, a little bit of hammer on, a little bit of melodic line in the middle, and then a lot of that like little bass run fill stuff. We're gonna start that process. Obviously, that's like more than what we're gonna do today. We're just gonna start with that direction and do like what we call level 1 Carter style playing. It's a single note bass line and accompanying strumming. And what that looks like is this. I'm just gonna pick a C chord to start with. What I want you to do, I've written out all the open chords. And what I want you to do is go through all the open chords that you know, like the C's in the back of the HAL book, page 47. Find where all the root or home note bass chords are for each one of those. Say, for example, the C chord, you have that on the 5th string right there. What you want to practice doing is hitting that bass note, the one that gives us the chord its name. So bass, chukka. So what I do is I go boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka. That's level 1. Level 1 is, can you play a clear bass note and then do a down up strum? So it sounds like this. Boom, chicka. Hitting the bass note, and what you want that bass note nice and clear. You don't want this. So I'm getting a bunch of bass strings at the same time. You want a very clear, very precise bass note hit. That's why you got to know where all the bass note or root notes are for all these chords. Say, for example, the G chord, that root note is here on the 6th string. So I do boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka. On the boom, it's just a single pick. And then the chicka is a down, up. Boom on the bass string, chicka on the high strings. Level 1 is just, can you do a clear single bass note followed by a chicka, strum down, up. In the next step, if you're curious what it looks like, it will be something like this. So I have to do like, where you do multiple bass notes in a riff, but don't worry about that yet. Just keep a single one bass note, single bass note. So I'll take a G chord, for example, and go just the bass note. It's a root 6 chord, so boom, chicka, boom, chicka. How long can I keep that going for? Right, just be able to do that. Then I go to a D chord, right? That's a root 4 note, 4 chord, that is. Bass note. Slow it down a little bit. Boom, chicka, boom, chicka. E minor, same thing. Boom, root note 6. Boom, chicka, boom, chicka. Strive for those clear bass notes, right? And it's like I said, this is just level 1. It gets much more complex than that with all the little bass run fills. But if you want to play like those modern country players and those bluegrass kind of players, those fast players, that's what you got to do. Next thing you do is Folsom Prison Blues. It's a classic. Knowing the modern tunes is all well and good, right, with like 7 Summers, but you gotta know where these guys came from. And Johnny Cash, if you're gonna learn Carter style, start with Johnny Cash, right? We're gonna have an E chord right here, right? I got my chord in place. I got my capo 1st fret. I'm gonna hit the bass note. The bass on this one's on the 6th string. So I'm gonna go boom, chicka. I'm gonna do that times 8. Boom, chicka. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to go to the A chord. Same thing there. Boom, chicka, 3, E. Boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka. B7. This one's it's on that 5th string. Boom. I've written that chord out for you. That's a new chord for us. So boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka. 2, 3, 4. That's how you play the classics, right? To get these classics down, then we'll talk about how to play the modern stuff with that style. All right, man. I'll see you next week. Take care.